What is up? I want to show you guys how to change your oil on your full-size Arctic Cat ATV. Don't know what all ATVs this is going to apply to, or even in the Arctic Cat lineup alone, but I do know that for at least this particular one, which is the Arctic Cat 1000, this is going to be how it's going to go, and I'm going to show you guys how to change the oil in this thing. It's not too complex, but just pay attention to the little details just to make sure that you are doing it the best way possible, the safest way possible, and to make sure that your machine stays in good running condition and you don't have anything mess up or do anything wrong. So stay tuned and we're going to get right into this.
Now let me start by letting you guys know what we're using. We're just using an Arctic Cat oil change kit that we got, well actually when we bought it, so about a year ago. So that's just all we have. It's a little bit dusty right now. And then what I've got is a ratchet extension, oil filter remover thing, I don't even know. Just use it to loosen the oil filter, I guess, band. And then it says, I think it calls for a 19 millimeter. Here's an 18, and then I have a 3/4 right here because I can't seem to find a 19, so I'm just going to see if a 3/4 works. If it doesn't, then I'm not going to mess with it any further, but I'm going to try to make do, just see if it works.
Now the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the seat. Also, when you put this up here, I make sure I have the parking brake in all the way and all that good stuff. Just make sure nothing shifts or moves around while I'm doing this. And we're going to remove the side panel here. You should, besides the dirt and stuff, it should just come right off. And then your dipstick is right down in here.
Show you how to get to that. So there's your dipstick. Now you want to let your motor run for 3 to 5 minutes. Mine's already ran for a couple minutes here because I had to run up to the house and grab some stuff. So the oil's plenty warm, but the motor's not too hot to where it's unbearable to work around. So I'm going to loosen that drain plug, and then, not the drain plug, the dipstick, and then I'm going to get my oil pan and start to drain the oil.
Get your oil drain pan, slide that under. Now you want to take your ratchet with your extension with your 3/4 inch socket head on there, and then loosen the drain plug. And I'll just take my ratchet off, loosen her up by hand. It flows out pretty good there as soon as you take it off, so watch your hands. Okay, so once your oil is pretty much all the way drained out, there might be a couple drips here and there. You guys can wait until it's completely done dripping, but that could take a few hours because there's always going to be a little bit of residue left up in there. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my drain plug, I leave it in there without the ratchet on it first, and then I just slowly hand tighten it up there, make sure I don't cross thread anything, because you can damage the threads, of course, if you cross thread. Easily thread it up in there, get it to where it's hand tight, take it down, and you want to keep one of these rags on you, especially after just experiencing that. I should have thought of that sooner, after oil changing cars and everything else. I should have expected that, but just didn't cross my mind at the time. Attach your ratchet, switch it to the tightening position. Now you don't want to over tighten this because you can mess up your thread, so you just want to put it on there, just make sure it's snug. Just tighten it very gently, a little bit, just with a little bit of tension, just to make sure it's snug. Okay? Yeah, that's probably good. You can always tighten it more, but if you strip it, then you pretty much screwed yourself, so don't do that.
Okay, so after looking around for just a minute, I found where the oil filter is, and it is back in there, believe it or not, and probably, I mean, I guess I had to put it there, but that just seems kind of like the most inconvenient spot. You could place it right in the middle underneath all that stuff. So I'm going to have to remove that hose right there, loosen that up, get it out of the way, and then try to manage to get up in there. There's some wiring in the way, there's a frame in the way. It's this hidden right back in here. You all know what an oil filter looks like, but it's this hidden right back behind here. Get my camera off so you can see it up close, get a good look at what it looks like. Didn't realize I was zoomed in. Okay, so going in right there. That's where she is, hidden behind all that crap. So I'm going to try to loosen some stuff to get to it and see if I can make it work. Don't know what that hose is connected to or what it is, but I gotta get to it somehow, so I'm going to have to go with it. Well, apparently it was just that line held oil and fed it to the filter, which I guess makes sense. It was hooked up to the oil filter there where it sends the oil into the go through the filter. But hopefully that doesn't really mess with anything. It shouldn't be a problem since I'm replacing the oil anyhow. Hopefully that'll just drain out whatever it is. I'm going to wipe all that oil off the frame, make sure it's all clean, and then I'm going to take the oil filter off, put the new one on, reconnect the hose, and then top her back off with oil, and everything should be good. Get a little bit closer up here so you guys can see. Zoom out, just get up close. See that that silver line right there feeds the oil into the filter. That hose is connected to it. I disconnected to get back to that oil filter right there because it's completely cut off, so you can't get to it without taking that off. Now, maybe they did that on purpose, so that you remember to take that hose out to drain out any extra of the oil that might be in the system. Not entirely sure, but so I guess that's what you got to do to get in there. Okay, so that stuff was a lot more of a pain in the you-know-what than I had thought it was going to be, because up here there is absolutely zero, negative, nada. There's no space whatsoever to get your hands in there and loosen it, or even with the belt at all. Like there's no space at all. And then what I decided is I'm going to drop the skid plate and try to go up from underneath. Even then it was almost impossible. Even if you had that fully tightened to where you didn't have to make any adjustments or anything, you could just wiggle it loose. But I did finally get the seal broke with that, but it took me probably an hour of trying to get this done just to break the seal loose on this filter, because it's kind of in a very not so thought out location, therefore making it very, very difficult to work on. So finally got it loosened up here, and hopefully it's not such a pain in the butt to get it back on. But of course it's probably going to be something. Sadly, they really need to work on this. I mean, this is this is so dumb, this location. You almost can't get to it. Get the oil filter just about off here. Okay. There we go. Just gonna drop it in there. There you go. That is finally done. I could not be happier that that is freaking off. Now hopefully putting on a new one is not near as difficult, because that absolutely sucked. So now I'm going to put my oil filter back on. Not back on, put my new one on. Get a little bit of the new oil. Just put it around the seal. Now that I got the oil, just put the oil around the ring. New oil on the new filter, and it's ready to go in. So I'm going to have to get under there and then thread it from underneath. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, it's threading on pretty easily. There's a long thread pattern on that filter, where this filter goes on. Very long filter thread pattern. Now I don't know what the guys did before, but they made that thing so tight on there. It was almost unbearable to get that thing off. It was a bear in and of itself. So okay, I got it hand tightened in there. I'm going to put my hand in here again. Hand tighten just a little bit more with a little bit better grip. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything more than hand tight, because I want to be able to get her off someday and not have to spend half the day doing it. Should be good to go. So now you're going to place your oil funnel down here, if you can fit it. don't have a proper one for this, what do you call it, application, but got to make do, so I'm going to try to make this work. Now, you want to use 0W40. Arctic Cat oil is what they recommend, of course, for their machines. Now, I don't know the exact amount that's supposed to go in here, but I'm just going to add some, check the dipstick, add a little, check the dipstick, check the dipstick, and just, that's pretty much the best way to go about it if you don't know the exact measurements, because you can always take more, put more in, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to take it out. So, now I think I probably only put about a quart in there. I'm going to check the dipstick and see what it reads. Not even touching the dipstick yet, so I'm just going to empty it out to the 2-quart reading. Before I mount the skid plate and stuff like that and remount this side panel, what I want to do is start it up, let it run for a couple minutes, and just make sure that there's no leaks or anything of that nature before I put everything back together. Just so I don't have to redo it if there's anything that I do need to fix, but I should be fine. Everything's looking good, so I'm going to reinstall everything that I detached. Well, I got everything put back together and the oil change is finished. Got other stuff I got to do today, but I hope you guys found the video useful and helpful to you. If you guys are trying to figure out how to change the oil on your Arctic Cat, your full-size Arctic Cat, this should be pretty much standard across the board for the full-size Arctic Cats. But don't take my word on that. There could be some different tweaks and different things, but for the most part, that should be pretty much it. And this is a 2014 model, by the way, so I'm not sure what all years fall into that they were the same models and builds, but this is a 2014 Arctic Cat 1000 XT. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe, give the video a like, and comment below. Thanks everybody, and I'll catch you in the next video.